The backseat driver. The backseat driver is the type who thinks they were born with a built-in GPS superpower. They'll tell you to turn left even when the only thing on the left is a wall. They'll insist they know a shortcut, but that shortcut always adds 20 extra minutes and 3 existential crises. This person will comment on your speed, your lane choice, and even your breathing. They'll act like they're helping, but really they're just raising your blood pressure. The funniest part is that they don't even have a license half the time. And somehow they still believe they're better than Google Maps. The DJ with terrible taste. This passenger takes over the music the second they enter your car, even though nobody invited them to do that. They'll play songs that sound like a blender fighting a microwave. They always say, "Trust me, this song is fire," right before your ears file a complaint. When a good song finally plays, they skip it after 5 seconds for vibes. They adjust the volume like they're controlling a nuclear reactor. And the worst part, they never play anything you like, even when you hint at it 10 times. Somehow they still say, "Bro, your playlist is boring," while holding your phone hostage. The food destroyer. The food destroyer insists on eating in your car like it's a full-service restaurant. They bring the messiest, greasiest, crummiest snacks known to humanity. Every bite leaves behind a breadcrumb trail that could guide lost explorers. They'll spill something and pretend they didn't notice. Even worse, they'll try to pass you a snack while you're driving, like you have 8 hands. By the end of the ride, your car smells like mystery oil and sadness. And when you ask them to clean up, they say, "It's not that bad," while sitting on a ketchup packet. The seat adjuster. The seat adjuster moves the seat so much you'd think they're launching a spaceship. They recline immediately and aggressively, like they're trying to nap during a job interview. They touch every lever and button even if they don't know what it does. They treat your front seat like a massage chair, rocking back and forth like they're testing shock absorbers. When you drive over a bump, they readjust everything for the 10th time. They'll say, "Your seat is weird," as if they didn't just dismantle it. By the time they get out, your seat is set to unknown factory experiment. The sudden brake expert. This passenger gasps loudly every time you get kind of close to another car. They stomp their foot on the imaginary brake like they're trying to stop the car using sheer willpower. Every sound they make adds an extra year to your lifespan, but in stress. They'll grab the door handle like they're preparing for liftoff. Even when the road is clear, they're still tense like they're expecting a meteor. They'll keep saying, "Careful," even if you're already driving like a cautious grandmother. And when you ask them to relax, they say, "I'm not nervous," while gripping the seat with both hands. The window controller. They adjust the window non-stop like they're trying to tune a radio signal. They open it, close it, crack it open a little, then fully open it again. They'll say things like, "I just need the perfect airflow," as if they're training for a weather experiment. The constant wind changes make your ears feel like they're in a pressure simulator. You'll be freezing 1 second and boiling the next. They never ask if you want the window open. And if you lock the windows, they look at you like you just betrayed the friendship. The volume commander. This passenger thinks they have full authority over your volume controls. They'll raise the volume when they're excited, lower it when they think they hear a noise, and mute it without explanation. Every 5 minutes, they change it again for mood. They act like the car is their personal DJ booth. Even when you're talking, they'll adjust the volume mid-sentence. If a song they love comes on, brace yourself for an instant volume spike. But when you like a song, they immediately lower it because it's too loud. The Sleepy Snorer. This passenger falls asleep faster than a phone battery on 1%. They knock out instantly, even if the ride is only 5 minutes. Their snoring sounds like a chainsaw stuck inside a washing machine. They lean their head in the most inconvenient spots. Your shoulder, the window, the air. When you hit a bump, they do that weird falling in a dream twitch. They'll wake up and ask, "Are we there yet?" despite sleeping through 90% of the trip. Worst of all, they insist they don't snore even though the car audio recorded proof. The personal space invader. This passenger treats your car like storage. They bring backpacks, tote bags, jackets, and random items they don't need. Their stuff spreads like it's alive, covering the entire back seat. They put their feet up, lean everywhere, and take full possession of the space. They'll even put their bag on your lap just for a second. When you tell them to move something, they act like it's a major inconvenience. By the time they leave, your car looks like a yard sale. The energy drinker. This passenger always arrives with the strongest, smelliest energy drink imaginable. The scent fills your car instantly and stays for generations. They crack open the can dramatically like they're starting a ritual. Then they take one sip and become 10 times more chaotic. They talk faster, louder, and with suspicious levels of confidence. Halfway through the ride, they start tapping their foot like a drum set. And when they finish the can, they leave it behind like it's part of the decor. The I forgot something passenger. This is the person who makes you turn around every time. You'll drive 2 minutes away and suddenly they say, wait, I forgot something. It's always something random like a charger, wallet, snack, or sometimes nothing at all. You return home, they run inside, then come back saying, okay, now I'm ready. But after driving again, they suddenly remember something else. This cycle repeats at least twice before you escape. They always end with, sorry, last one, and it's never the last one. The overly loud caller. They take phone calls at a volume that could wake the neighbors, while inside your car. Everyone in the vehicle now knows the full details of their life drama. They talk like the person on the other end is standing across a football field. They'll gesture wildly even though they're just sitting down. When you try to hint that they're loud, they say, hold on, someone's talking, and continue talking louder. The call usually lasts the entire trip. And the worst part? It was something that could have been a text. The "Are we there yet?" machine. This passenger asks at least 10 times, even on a short drive. They check the GPS every 2 minutes as if it changes magically. They complain about being bored, tired, hungry, or alive. Every landmark becomes a guess. Is that it? Are we close? You'll tell them the time remaining, but they'll ask again immediately. They act like the ride is 12 hours long, even if it's 15 minutes. By the end, you're questioning your own patience levels. The door slammer. This passenger closes your door with enough force to reset the Earth's rotation. You'll kindly say, please don't slam it, but they do it again anyway. They insist they're just closing it normally, even though the car shakes each time. They treat your door like it owes them money. Every slam feels like a personal attack. You worry your window might fall off by the third slam, and somehow, they still don't understand what gentle means. The human heater. This passenger is always hot, no matter the weather. They beg you to turn the AC up like you're driving through a volcano. They open the window even in winter. They fan themselves dramatically as if performing a scene. If you turn off the AC for 1 second, they instantly complain. They act like your car is a sauna created specifically to torture them. Meanwhile, everyone else is freezing into statues. The human ice block. They are the complete opposite of the human heater. They're always cold, even when the sun is aggressively attacking your windshield. They ask you to turn the heater up to levels dangerous for human life. They wrap themselves in jackets and blankets like they're preparing to hibernate. If the AC is on, they shiver theatrically. They always say, it's freezing in here, even when it's warm. And if someone opens a window, their soul leaves their body. The touch. Everything explorer. This passenger presses every button like they're conducting a scientific experiment. They open compartments, pull levers, and flip switches with zero hesitation. Every time you hit a bump, they discover a new thing to touch. They ask, what does this do? Right after pressing it. They treat your car like a demo model at a dealership. Even if you say, please don't touch that, they touch it again anyway. And somehow they act surprised when things start malfunctioning. The Snack Negotiator. This person never brings snacks but always asks if you have some. They'll say, bro, you got food? Even if you clearly don't, if they spot a snack, they immediately want it. They'll negotiate like it's a hostage situation. When you give them something, they eat it immediately without a thank you. Then they ask if you have more, and somehow they still claim they weren't even hungry. The Storyteller. This passenger talks non-stop from the moment the car starts. They don't breathe, pause, or blink. Their stories connect to more stories like an endless trilogy. Even if you respond with yeah or wow, they take it as permission to continue for another 10 minutes. They'll talk about things you don't understand but pretend you do. At some point, you mentally exit the conversation, and they'll still keep talking until the car shuts off. The Car Critic. This is the passenger who judges your car like they're a professional reviewer. They'll comment on your seats, engine, AC, and mileage. They compare your car to every other car they've ever seen. They always have something you should fix. They'll say, why doesn't your car have this? Like you purposely removed it. Even if your car is perfectly fine, they'll find something to complain about. And when you offer to let them walk, they suddenly say, no, your car is fine.